Good afternoon, my name is Dexter Smith, and today we can go over the FASFA process. FASFA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And this is something you'll do every year in order to get the federal aid. Federal aid is broken down into different ones. Like state aid, we have the federal, which is the Pell Grant basically. State aid will be a Commonwealth Grant, FSCOG, PTAP, which is part-time assistance, and so forth, and the BCCS grant. These are awarded, like I said, at the beginning of the year in mass. So once you complete the FAFSAs, you'll wait a little bit, a few months around that range, and then you get back to us, and by then you'll have an award. So with the FAFSA, the first step is to go to the website, fafsa.gov. And from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. Log in, create your information. Every year, the FAFSA covers the next 3 semesters. So right now, we're going to the 15-16 year, which will cover in fall, August 2015. So that FAFSA will be completed. And that will cover fall of 15, spring of 16, and summer of 16. Anyone starting now will be under 14 and 15. The last semester for that will be this summer. So every year, the FAFSA covers the next 3 semesters. You have to do it every year until you graduate, or at least it's opportunity school. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of grants are awarded in mass. The earlier you do the FAFSA, the earlier you get certain grants. We recommend doing it after you meet your taxes. If you're dependent, you meet your parents' taxes as well. And there's certain guidelines to being independent compared to independent. That's something is located on our website that you can review and figure out what makes you independent, what makes you independent. So with the FAFSA, like I said, it's very, very simple. We recommend having your W1040s available. Okay, sorry about that. 1040 or 1040A or 1040 EZs available. That it'll just make it easier for you. A lot of questions will be pulled directly from the 1040s. If you have W2s, you can also use that. It's a little more difficult because you have to generalize the numbers, the AGI, your income, things like that. So you have the 1040s is very easy. Like I said, for example, it might tell you look at line 8 or something, or 2A. So it's a fairly easy process. Everything is just input in what you're looking at on your taxes. So once you're done with that, it goes to a processing center. They'll load the FAFSAs and then they'll send it to us. We'll contact you. We'll notify you what you have to fill out. Anything additional. We have a process called verification. That's basically just verifying certain things as income, household sizes, things like that. It's nothing too complicated. It's not like you're being audited by IRS or something. So it's very simple.
How you notify me? By phone?
Email. Everything goes to student email accounts. This is year 2015, so everything is electronic. So don't expect any phone calls, honestly, or letters in the mail. We don't mess with post office anymore, except for refund checks. But at the moment, everything goes to your student email account, so make sure that it's set up. To set that up is very simple. Go to the main website and click on My CVCC, and once you log in, you'll see a link for a Gmail. You just click on that, follow the instructions, put the security code in, and from there you'll set it up. And like I said, everything goes straight to that. If it's us, or the department, instructors, everything goes to that. So make sure that it's set up at the beginning of the year, or at least by now, if you're a current student, it's probably already set up. So like I said, as far as filling out the FAFSA, it's very simple. There's a few pages. You fill this out, you get a PIN number, which is kind of your e-signature. So everybody has a unique PIN number. 4-digit number, the minimum, you choose which one the PIN number to be, you just sign it. So instead of signing by paper, you just put the number in. It's like a bank code, ATM code, same concept. So like I said, you do this every single year and it covers the next 3 semesters. And the type of grants you have available, of course, the Pell Grant, the maximum you can get per year based on the EFC. EFC stands for Estimated Family Contribution. So depending on how much money you make, if you're independent, if you're a dependent, it's how much you and your parents make. It's a formula that we use. So your parents have other children, dependents can reduce that EFC number. The higher EFC is, at least like you'll be get financially. The lower EFC is, which is the lowest is 0, you get the maximum award. And currently right now, the max you get per semester is $28.65 per 12 credit hours, which is full time. And every time you drop down loads, your financial aid is prorated, which you'll see in your account, their prorates. And your financial aid, Pell Grant is used for tuition fees as well as books. Okay. So with the Pell Grant, like I said, that's given out, and there's lifetime eligibility. So this can expire, I want to say around 6 to 6 to 8 years, so it can't expire. The reason why they have this.
Do you have to be full-time to get the grant?
No, the lowest you can be in is 1 credit hour. 1 credit hour can be used financially. Right now, our rates are $142 an hour, so financially will pay for 1 credit hour at least. But also, the financially I worry about is you can't take classes over and over, and it has to be a curriculum. You have to be an eligible program, which is our counselor center can tell you what eligible programs in order to get financial aid. A lot of students come in here with 1 curriculum thinking that they're eligible. For example, if you're administrative justice eligible, criminal justice not eligible. So if you come to the financial department or counseling center, they'll let you know what is eligible major for you. Okay, so with the Pell Grant, like I said, it can run out, but you'll have at least 16 years right now. So by then, you probably have a bachelor's degree. And also keep this in mind: once you get a bachelor's degree, you're not eligible for a Pell Grant anymore. Bachelor's that's the last year. After that, it's loans, pay out of pocket. Sometimes you have scholarships available. So like I said, the maximum is 2065. So based on your EFC, it can decrease. So 0 is the lowest EFC you can get, which is the estimated family contribution made in. The government is not expecting them to contribute towards education. This is based on how much money you or just you in general. Like I say, it's a formula we use. And on top of that, you have a combo grant, which is a state grant. So if you're an in-state resident of Virginia, you're eligible for a combo grant. We have FSCOG, which is another additional grant. PTAP, if you're a part-time student, it's just more money to kind of stay student education. We have the BCCS grant. All these grants are provided by the federal government to help you purchase your books and pay for your tuition fees. And on top of that, if you aren't able to get grants, they say EFC is too high or you aren't receiving enough money, you have loans available. We have subsidized loans and unsubsidized loans, as well as Parent Plus loans. Subsidized loans mean the government pays your interest while you're still in school. Unsub means interest will accrue. So once you graduate, you'll be paying. Let's say you have only a sub. Once you graduate, you're just paying back the principal balances, principal balance. If it's unsub, you'll be paying back the principal as well as interest that accrued while you're in school. And it's also your option to pay interest back while you're in school. You don't have to because you're deferred. You're deferred as long as you're taking 6 credit hours.
So you don't have to pay back in an unsubsidized loan?
Not while you're in deferment. So, but for subsidized and unsubsidized, the main difference is the interest. The sub, the government covers the sub interest, and the sub interest will accrue, and it's roughly around 4.7%. So it's not a huge amount that you have to pay back. It's not like a credit card where you pay 22% or whatever. So it's a very small amount. And in deferment, once you're in school, you'll stay in deferment. If it's a break in school, you go to another school, you got to contact their records department and have it, verified of your attendance to get back in deferment. Deferment means you're not paying anything on your loans until you graduate, like I said, or stop rolling 6 credit hours. Any questions about the loans? And with the unsub and the sub, there's also a sub limit. It's like there's a Pell limit, it's a subsidized loan limit. So every student is a limit with the subsidized loan, mainly because it's interest free. The unsub, everybody can qualify for it, so because they're paying interest on that. And then we have a Parent Plus loan. Parent Plus loan has a max ceiling of what is to make a request. Normally, you don't see that community colleges because of our tuition rates. If you go to a private school, you'll probably see a lot of Parent Plus loans being taken up, mainly because the tuition is so high. For example, subsidized for 1 semester. For the full year, subsidized will vary. If you're a freshman, independent is $3,500. Sub will be $2,000. Parent Plus, there's no ceiling. But then again, you wouldn't need a ridiculous amount of money for a community college, mainly because our tuition is very cheap compared to other big schools. So for the loans, we have the subsidized, unsub, and Parent Plus. Decided made is still available, but most schools don't accept decided made. Private loan, we don't accept those, unless it's like a bank loan to give you cash to pay. Other than that, we only accept direct Stafford loans. And like I said, go back to the semesters. FAFSA covers the next 3 semesters of the year: fall, spring, and summer. Then on top of that, here's a policy that financial aid can't be suspended. It's just like you can go academic suspension if you're not passing classes. Financial aid is the exact same concept. If you're not passing classes, your financial aid can't get suspended. You have to apply to it for appeal or go through that process. Hopefully nobody has to worry about that. mean, all you really need is to see average financial aid. So, other than that, that's
Once you fill out the paperwork for FAFSA, they let you know how much you're authorized to get for a loan and or grant.
yes. Once you complete the FAFSA, it's a recommendation at the bottom. Most schools vary. It's just a very general recommendation that the federal government posts. Like I said, schools going to vary how much you're eligible for. So once you get the FAFSA and it says that amount, that's not the exact amount. So it goes through us, and we do the verification, and when you do the process, and they will let you know what's the exact amount you can be eligible for. So the FAFSA will just give you the very general number.
So can I clarify what he's asking? So what he'll get was something from FASFA saying that he'll get a certain amount. And then, but then when you give the information, send him an email, the amount could be different based on after you do the verification.
Yeah, based on the EFC and other things like that, the numbers can be lower. So there's not a full guarantee that you're going to get that amount. Yes.
What are some of the requirements in order to receive financial aid for the summertime?
To receive financial aid in the summertime is not considered a full semester. It's kind of more of a trailing semester. So in order to have aid left over, that means you can't be full-time in the first 2 semesters, meaning fall and spring. If you're full-time both those semesters, meaning by the summertime you've exhausted your maximum amount. Like I was saying earlier, the max you can get per semester is $28.65. So if say you're a half-time, you'll get half of that. For a half-time this spring, you get another half. So you put those together, you have a summer amount. So, but as long as you're full-time this first 2 semesters, you're exhausted, you're at aid. But if you're part-time with 3/4 or like I said, 1 credit hour, you got some left over, they'll give you.
On the email that you send out to the students about when they get their aid, does it say down there at the bottom if they don't qualify for financial aid, they should come into the office and or complete an application for a loan?
But it's summer grants or
What's that?
over to the general. Well, what it'll tell you is if your EFC is too high, it'll let you know. So you aren't eligible for federal aid. It doesn't really recommend you come to us, but most students will come to us and say, hey, why am I not eligible? And we'll explain to them, hey, we have a loan offer, it's eligible if you want to accept that.
I filled out a FAFSA last night. My wife, I'm doing this for my wife. She goes to Liberty as well and CVCC. And there was a place on the FAFSA last night that I filled in for each school name. So I've got both of them listed. I've got the confirmation page from last night, and it listed the expected family contribution of the EFC. It's got a number here. So I don't know what I'm trying to ask you, but do I still need to do? I know I came to this class to see if there's something additional that I need to do. Now, I don't think she's so much interested in loans, but grants. So am I just wasting my time here? If is there any way to tell from the EFC number?
Well, not at this very moment. Like I said earlier, it has to go through verification.
Okay.
Once it goes through that, we get an exact EFC number, an accurate EFC number. Then we can tell you're eligible for a grant. Like I said, that the number they give you is very general.
Okay.
There's certain schools, this is a national number they're giving you. In certain schools, it's going to vary.
Okay. And I did fill it out last night. FAFSA. Is it the same FAFSA that I'm looking at here on the screen now? So
16.
And I haven't filled income taxes for this year, and I'm just going off of last year's figures and my income tax that I filled out last year. So
More than likely what's going to have to happen next is the corrections. Once you get taxes this year, you have the corrections to put the current information in there. You know, most schools are going to require replication, either a tax transcript or just for the correct number. So in the meantime, that's cool, but in the meantime, just so it can process. But eventually they don't want to get any correction. And the faster you can make corrections, how many times is necessary. So you make a mistake the first time, don't be worried about it, just go ahead and make corrections.
like if I submitted it, like if I submitted it already last night, and then I've got my W-2 forms for this year.
We submitted last night, it's taking at least a few days to process. So a few days, it'll be open to make corrections.
Okay, good.
And then they'll send you an email with the student aid report, SNR. So you get that to the email that you provided on the FAFSA. You need to check that and let you know that, hey, you can go ahead and make corrections now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually have 2 questions. How long does the FAFSA process take, for one? And let's say we're not awarded money, What about scholarships?
With the process, runs around 4 to 6 weeks. It begins, FASFA is complete, and every FASFA has an ICER. And the school load the ICER, then we get it on our side, and then we see bring in. In most situations, if you're not public verification, you can be within 2 or 3 weeks. If you are pulled, then there's extra steps in the process. And that's going to hinder you, it'll slow up a little bit.
So basically, a student needs to wait a minimum of 6 weeks before receiving an email from financial aid?
Well, the email will be within a few weeks, but to finalize the process and get awarded within 4 to 6 weeks. So you'll get the email within a week or two, but it won't finalize the process within.
So the first email basically just says that you guys have received our FAFSA and you guys are, I guess, looking over it.
Well, you
So
get
we won't know.
the initial email will be from the FAFSA website saying, hey, you submitted it. The next email will be from the school saying, hey, you submitted it. We have it. This is what's next. So you do two separate emails.
And scholarships, I guess if our EFC is too high and we don't get any grant money?
Yeah, we have scholarships at the school, foundation scholarships, private scholarships. You'll get through other companies, churches, but directly to the foundation, tobacco scholarships. Those you can apply for, some are based on the merit, some are based on where you live. For tobacco, we live in ABC counties, Appomattox, Bedford, and Campbell. Those you qualify for a tobacco scholarship. And there's a lot of money we have available for students who can't get long grants. Like you said, for your wife, she probably eligible for a scholarship, which will cover tuition fees only, not her books.
So
she get a full ride based on the scholarship.
So would a student come to the financial aid office for the scholarship, or where would we go?
You'll see Captain Rice located in Merritt Hall. And that's the financial aid department.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I got a question.
That's okay.
I filled it out from the Liberty website last night, the FAFSA, and I put down CVCC and Liberty. Now, it goes through FAFSA, so they'll email me back or whatever for both schools. I don't have to wait for CVCC to contact me or Liberty to contact me. It's going to be from financial aid.
Yes, both schools will notify you. As far as 15, 16, we haven't started those ICERs yet. We're kind of still in 14, 15, we're wrapping that up. So it's taking a little bit longer. I mean, as far as us, around March, you see something from us. Liberty, I'm not too sure when they start reporting ICERs. So yeah, both schools are going to send you an email. Once you add a school code to your FAFSA, it gives the school permission to view your FAFSA. So whatever schools you list there, those schools can do it. So no other schools can view your FAFSA, let's give them permission.